So, so, how do you know if you need to have just organic or paid posting? What works? How can you tell? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. The pros and cons between organic posting and having an actual paid ad. And you can literally pay on any platform. I do think most small businesses tend to focus on Instagram and Facebook. LinkedIn can be super, super effective. It does have a tendency to be a little bit more expensive, and people are less familiar with it. So they're more likely to go to what is easy for them, which happens to be Facebook and Instagram. Aside from the fact that they've been around forever, most folks, most small business owners have actually already placed an ad or two there. So let's talk about that. First and foremost, we're going to talk about organic. Let me flip this around so you can see that more than you can see me. There, that's much better. So let's talk about organic first. First and foremost, what does organic mean? We're going to talk about the terminology too. Organic social is literally any post that your brand shares with no money spent on it. That's all that it is. Um, it, no money spent to increase its conversions or its reach. And just so you know, the average engagement on organic on Facebook ranges from 1.5 to 2.5%. It's not massive. Actually, your platforms with the largest organic reach, shocking, Pinterest and TikTok, just and YouTube. Literally everything that's not Facebook and Instagram. Just and even so, organic, you have a limited audience. It has a limited shelf life. Really, only 15% of your platform's feed comes from recommended non-followed accounts. So organic posts are still mainly what the content users see. What does that mean? Well, it means, and according to experts, and they do tend to agree on this, brands can promote themselves organically, especially if you're focusing on genuine, engaging content and you're not pitching all the time. You can't talk about sales constantly in organic posting. It's overwhelming. So you don't want to wear your audience out. So, what is the benefit of organic posting? Well, there's several. First and foremost, it improves your brand awareness. People are more likely to recognize your brand when you are ready to sell them something if you're very consistently coming up in their newsfeed. That's a huge benefit. What's another benefit? Well, it gives you better customer care strategy. According to Sprout Social, and that's one of the best platforms for research, Buffer, HubSpot, Hootsuite, great research platforms. 51% of customers state that the most memorable social brands respond to their customer queries. What does that mean to you as a small business owner? It means don't ignore your direct messages and your comments because that's where people are going to engage with you. Another benefit of organic posting, it makes you more authentic. I can tell you for a fact, a lot of our stuff is bloopers or um, where the tape keeps rolling tape. Where we keep recording on the phone because that's normal now instead of having actual where you have a stopping point, we let it continue to roll. And a lot of that stuff does really well. Also, leaning into our branding, which for me has a tendency to be a little bit more sarcastic, it does better. It just does. Also, it organic allows you to share a more time sensitive content. If you are having an ad that runs, you plan that out and it is not quite so easily edited or fixed just on a whim or on a dime. So that organic posting allows you to do what's more time sensitive. And as you guys know, things happen all the time. There's natural disasters, there's political disaster, there's all kinds of things that happen, breaking news, and you have to sometimes respond to that. If a tornado goes through your and we're in Alabama, in case you did not know that. If a tornado goes through here and we're having a hurricane sale, that's tacky. You want to make sure that you're staying on top of your organic. So that's just a few benefits that come with actual organic posting. So now we're going to talk about how do you optimize your organic posting? You know why you need it, but how do you really make it work for you? Well, first and foremost, again, from Sprout Social, really reliable resource. You want to, about 66% of the folks from Sprout Social, you have to use popular content format. And if you guys don't know, the most popular content format right now is short form video. It just is. It is ranked the highest on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook. It gets the biggest response. It gets the largest audience. So lean into it. You want to make sure that you're doing what people are the most likely to see. Employee advocacy. And I see this actually a lot. There are a lot of small business owners that are hesitant to feature their employees, and I don't know why. If and I've been told, well, I have heard from other small business owners, I don't want to feature them so people don't scalp them from me. Well, if they're happy, they can't. So I would tell you as a small business owner, make them happy first and foremost. Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work. So you have to have a happy team. So employee advocacy, 72% of consumers manage to build a better connection with a brand if the company's employees share information about it on their social media. Think about um, think about where you get your information. A lot of times, especially from Facebook and Instagram, you get it from the feed from your friends. So if the person is employed or works for the company and they share that information, their friends and family are much more likely to see it. Plus, if they're featured, they're more likely to share it. That's just the way that it is. The third really easiest way or best way to optimize organic is to leverage your analytics. You have to consistently check and see what is working for you and do that. If it doesn't work, stop doing it. If you know you get great engagement from live, go live. If you get great engagement from a specific employee, if you get great engagement from behind the scenes, whatever it is that is working for you, keep doing that. That's the best way to leverage your analytics and stop doing what isn't working. If you have a boring, like every 2 weeks you post this particular statistic and people aren't engaging, format it differently, try it differently before you totally get rid of the information, but you have to do what works for your analytics. The fourth thing would be embrace trends. There are certain trends that make it easier to get your information across. Now, I'm not telling you to dance because that's not happening over here. I'm saying, like, when people were talking about the Olympics, it was trending online. Everybody was talking about different aspects of the Olympics. You can integrate that into your posting, especially if it's organic, because you're more in the moment. So if you want to talk about what's happening online, or this celebrity is in court, or there's been this celebrity death, whatever it is you want to lean into, it's a lot easier to do that in the moment in organic posting. So embrace trends where you can. And that does mean trending news as well. The fifth thing, you're going to grow your community. And this is something you guys have heard me talk about a lot in the last 6 months. It's all about your community. You'd rather have 100 people who really like your content, those brand warriors, than 10,000 followers who do not know who you are. That will not move you forward. It won't. You have to have people who are engaged. You have to have people who believe in your content as much, maybe as much as you do, but that's how you grow your community. And then, of course, the sixth one, and this may be shocking to a lot of larger brands, just simply refuse to do it. User generated content works, especially organically. User generated content can be almost 10 times more impactful than any kind of influencer marketing. When making purchasing decisions, 50% of millennials trust user generated content more than original posts and more than posts created by brands themselves. They're much more likely to listen to someone who is using it, and smart brands lean into that. One of the best examples of this is the Carnation Eagle brand team. There was a woman who had a video during Thanksgiving. She talked about one of the jingles that Carnation, older woman in her 80s, she talked about a jingle that Carnation used back when she was much younger, and it blew up. It went mega viral. Well, Carnation leaned into it. They picked her up, started sponsoring her content, opened a merchandise line for her, and they both kind of hand in hand went skipping off into the sunset. If you do it well, it really works for you. So pay attention to who's using your stuff and feature them whenever you can. Absolutely. Okay, that's all about organic, which is posting your regular daily posting. Let's talk about paid. What does paid look like? Well, just like it says, paid advertising on social media refers to any content that targets a specific user on a social platform for money. That's it. That's all there is. Now, why would you consider doing that if you're getting great engagement from organic? First and foremost, it allows for better targeting. You can get super specific on a paid ad versus organic, which is it can be hit or miss. If your target is couples in their 30s, it's a lot easier to hit that if you're paying for exposure. The second reason would be lead generation. If you want to grow that email list, if you want to grow your the leads in your funnel, doing a targeted ad is a great way to go. It also allows you to reach a larger audience. You heard me talk about some of those organic posts only have a 2% reach. Yikes. Instagram, you're doing good if you get over 1%. So paying for it allows you to reach a much larger number of people. And then, of course, you're going to have better conversion with website traffic. What does that mean? It means people are, the more people who see it, the more likely people are to take action and click through whatever the call to action is and actually go to your website. So, really and truly, and again, we get this question a lot. Do I want to do organic or do I want to do paid? Well, the answer really is both. Both of these are they have the potential to complement each other if you use them well together. And that way you can leverage the benefits of both without having the drawbacks of one or the other. That is the easiest way I can kind of sum that up. So ideally you want to have some paid. And if you are a small business owner and you're not in a position to do paid advertising on social yet, you want to work up to it, but you also want to understand Rome wasn't built in a day. And there's a good chance that your very first ad is not going to be mega viral. You will have to get better at it as you go along. Now, we have a cool, very cool free download for you guys today to boost or not to boost. It's how to know which ad is going to work for you. It's an infographic that we've created where we talk about the benefits of both so that you kind of have a better understanding. It's one of the cool 4 downloads that we're doing this month as we're going live. And yeah, I've been talking, and there it is right there. There's the download. If you scan that QR code, it will lead you not only to the download, but it will sign you up for our free webinar tomorrow. It is absolutely the last time we are doing this free webinar. I talk about the 3 biggest mistakes in social media. I would love to see you guys there. I'd love for you to sign up. I get into it. I like content that is helpful. I love to give stuff away. I mean, that's just the way it is. We will have a free giveaway for anyone who participates in the free webinar tomorrow. You're going to get something cool just for showing up. It is a surprise. You'd have to show up to find out what it is. I will tell you at the beginning though, so you know what to expect. And if you scan the QR code, it will take you to the downloads. We have 4 really cool downloads this month. We have, oh, thanks, Linda. I appreciate that. Thanks for participating. We have some great downloads this month. Once you have access to this one, you're going to get all of them. We have a common glossary of terms. We have ideal caption. It's a cheat sheet that tells you what the caption length is on every single platform. But my favorite that I've done in a while is 100 plus hooks that work. It's based on what captures and garners attention online, and it helps you craft those captions so that people will actually look at your content. All that is free. It's all, if you scan the link, it takes you to the free stuff. Now, if you are like on Instagram and you can't see the link, that's okay. We're going to post it on our page today. It's also in our link in bio. It's the very first option when you click. It'll take you to the free downloads. So you guys, let me know if you have any questions. Please sign up and join me tomorrow for the free for our free webinar. I would love to see you there. Love to give you some more free stuff. Until next week, I am Karen with Social U, and I'm here to help. Thanks.